Minister of Power and Parliamentary Affairs KG Kenye Nagaland Legislative Assembly laga third emergency session law pichide press conference dia samai kushi ki House pra Central Act repeal kurina State Act adopt kurado itias panashe Kenye kushi ki Nagaland Pradesh to anokha hua karan state laws adopt kurisha aro Pradesh de central laws kan implement kurubole thaka nohilebi thaka khan scrutinize kurubo Kenye tribal host civil society organization aro drafting committee khan ke bill laga upor de extensive research lugina redraft kurani mide khushipa janaise ahibi to press conference laga upor de sai sabo
historic day as stated by many members on leader this municipal act of 2001 in the context of our elections with the urban local bodies has not gone down well with our people. Over a period of more than 2 decades, we have confronted different issues and encountered so many unpleasant moments with many circumstances and situations. And in the course of it, you are aware we have lost so much, up to lives of our citizens, destructions of our, so to say, very, very treasured properties, and even up to the extent of a government collapsing because of this particular issue. So successive governments have tried their best to resolve. But finally, this House, this new government has identified it not possible as long as we kept that original 2001 Nagaland Municipal Act. So, in trying to find a way out to resolve this, it dawned on the wisdom of the present leadership that we have the means, we have the powers vested in this House ever since the inception of our state, and those powers were vested through the Article 1A as how it has given birth to the state of Nagaland and remains to be a guarantee by the government of India through its constitution. But it has been dormant for so many years, and I must say, after the inception of this House and the state, 6 decades on, today only we have put it into action, tried and tested, and come out successfully repealing a central act and enacting our own. It's a turning point in the history of, and hopefully this will open up the gates and open up our minds to what exactly 371 is, 371A is, and its meaning to the people of our. So we have extensive space to be explored, which we will do in the course of time in the recent months, where we were formulating the enactment of this new bill. We have also stumbled upon certain very old documents and realized that our predecessors had already constituted a body, a House committee, to look into all central laws and acts pertaining to the state of Nagaland. So the first generation leaders of our state actually knew why we needed that body, a body to look into the central acts and laws, because we are different. And up to 1972, we were outside of the Home Ministry. We were under the Foreign Affairs Ministry. You call it the external lately, right? Foreign affairs. So it is in relevance to such acts which infringes on our rights, which encroach on our rights. That is why they had already constituted a body, and it was there, but had remained dormant and inactive, which this time we have discovered, and we henceforth activating that body to the fullest. So henceforth, and even with retrospective effects, we will be scrutinizing, studying, analyzing all central laws pertaining to us, our state. So we hope to check and balance wherever our rights are supposed to be protected and what step we should take and what the assembly should do in that context. I especially want to place on record our deepest gratitude to our custodians, the tribal Hobos, who had always stood for our traditional custody practices and our rights throughout ages. But and they did oppose the introduction of certain clauses in this time's move also. But it is not to be misunderstood because they did take that stand in the interest of all of us. So we have no misgivings. Rather, we thank them. But after approaching them, consulting, discussing this matter over and over again, they have come to realize that we need to move along with the rest of the world, and we have come of age where we need to make concessions also. So they have made a very big concession. Rest assured that it will not be misused in any manner nor abused. We will use this opportunity in the best interest of our state and our future. So we also thank our other civil society organizations and especially the drafting committee comprised of the additional chief secretary and his subordinate colleagues for extensively reviewing our old 2001 Municipal Act, which has some 281 pages, and they managed to screen out. And after redrafting it, wrote it down to about 8 pages effectively. You've got a copy of it, I believe, 75 pages. So a lot have been screened out, and they have delved into the matter extensively. The job of the panel, the select committee, to review, to study the draft. The panel has also extensively discussed all the points and some points which we felt would be necessary. 3 or 4 points were added, and that was why today the House had to withdraw briefly the previous introduction and again reintroduce, which we have regulated low demands of that. We have streamlined and it has been passed. And apprehensions are there from different corners about the Act being exhaustive, but it is not so. We have ample space and room to accommodate so many of the people's desires or anything which they feel is deficient to be accommodated or in due course of time. And with that, we have passed the Act this time. And we hope it goes down well with the people. Almost everybody, and they themselves been given enough time, we have seen. But in a democracy, we tolerate expressions, freedom of expression. So voters may express certain reservation, but their fears are they need not. And in a democracy, the majority will have. We will not force or compel anybody to participate as a candidate or as a voter, but we will have to conduct this, and we will appeal to the voters and those interested. In fact, it is with that hope for this session, one day ahead of the session, because change of hands, change of guards in the court is a law and bring about expected opinion of the authorities. So it is always better that familiar hands dispose of power. One thing, our state has to be different from the rest of states in this country. We were born out of a political agreement. And in doing so, the minister touched a little bit on that. He took notice of that. Tribal bodies are the organizations who took the initiative to bring about an agreement with the government. So they are a part and parcel. We want to keep up that spirit of a joint ownership, that everyone should have a sense of ownership in this government. And it should be led by none other than, because they started. And it is due to their initiative that the state was born. And today too, they hold equal responsibility in the welfare of. So we make it a point that it's a practice. Our society, tribal life, our way of living is such that we have consultations. So even at the state level, the government still wants to, because it's our will. We are not subject, to anybody's approval or permission. Do practice these consultative meetings to take along our entire society with us. And more so after having seen what happened. We should never face that kind of situation again. So to make sure we take along. When honorable members themselves cloudy about this, the 33% reservation was somehow broadly accepted. But the other issues of concerns were mainly tax. This English word called tax is quite allergic to our people. You know history, how it started, even to the British Indian imposition levying tax. So it's still there. And generally, the citizens, through their different platforms, express that, which means the immovable properties. So we saw a point in that. They have a right, which is based on our history. So we will do our own. So we have said it time and again. Land and building, land and building. We have dropped it. The rest of the other revenues that the public has to pay in the form of fees, service charges, maintenance charges, those will continue. We have not erased that portion. The different segments, municipalities or the town councils, are at liberty to charge make service charges, levy taxes. Now, just for one instance, who will maintain cleanliness in your colony? Who will see that the drains are not clogged? Who will see that the street lights are there? Who will see that proper water service is given to the colony? Safety, whatever. The urban local bodies will take charge of them. Now, from where are they going to pay the laborers, pay for the petrol, diesels of the machineries to move this? Whatever. They have to get something from the citizens of that. So they themselves will have consultative meetings with their ward citizens, and they will discuss this thing. And they will fix the rates themselves also. And the role of the municipal members will be to know only management, supervision, and to overall manage the entire system. It will be the citizens, the public, who will come forward to say, you charge us, you charge us 100 rupees each from each house. But you see that our colonies, that our drains are clean, that our stored up heaps of waste are taken and removed. These sort of things will happen. So if the citizens feel that despite all this not being attended to, the civic part of administration is not being attended to, and they don't mind, then it is up to them. They don't have to pay even 25 paisa. Nor the municipalities, town councils did not realize even 1 paisa. They are elected members, they will sit, they will talk, they'll finish their term and they'll go. But in the course of all this, I am sure those necessities will arise. And they will decide on their own what to do. The act today is passed. Now the government will formulate the rules, the regulations. So there is ample chance for ample opportunity for the government, the departments also, the public, the citizens also, the other organizations to forward their opinion, their suggestions, and which will ultimately form the rules and the regulations. Yeah, now it will start. Now it will start. And in the process of formulating this, the department led by the municipal department and the urban development.